Leviticus Chapter 9. And it occurred on the 8th day that Moses summoned Aaron and his sons, and the elders of Israel. And he said to Aaron, Take for yourself a young calf as a sin offering and a ram as a burnt offering, without blemish, and present them before the Lord. And to the children of Israel you shall speak, saying, Take a young goat as a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year and without blemish, as a burnt offering. Also, a bull and a ram as peace offerings to sacrifice before the Lord, along with a grain offering mixed with oil. For today the Lord will appear to you. So they brought what Moses had commanded before the tent of meeting, and the entire congregation gathered and stood before the Lord. And Moses said, This is what the Lord commanded you to do, and the glory of the Lord will appear to you. Moses then said to Aaron, Go to the altar, offer your sin offering and your burnt offering, and make atonement for yourself and for the people. Offer the offering of the people, and make atonement for them, as the Lord commanded. So Aaron went to the altar and slaughtered the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. Then Aaron's sons brought the blood to him, and he dipped his finger in the blood and put it on the horns of the altar. He poured out the blood at the base of the altar. But the fat, the kidneys, and the fatty lobe from the liver of the sin offering he burned on the altar, as the Lord had commanded Moses. The flesh and the hide he burned with fire outside the camp. He then slaughtered the burnt offering, and Aaron's sons brought him the blood, which he sprinkled around on the altar. They also brought him the burnt offering, with its pieces and head, and he burned them on the altar. Afterward he washed the entrails and the legs and burned them on top of the burnt offering on the altar. He presented the people's offering, and taking the goat, which was the sin offering for the people, he slaughtered it and offered it for sin, like the first one. He also presented the burnt offering and offered it according to the prescribed manner. Then he presented the grain offering, taking a handful of it, and burned it on the altar, in addition to the morning burnt offering. He slaughtered the bull and the ram as a peace offering for the people. Aaron's sons brought him the blood, which he sprinkled on the altar all around. As for the fat of the bull and the ram, the fatty tail, the fat covering the entrails, the kidneys, and the fatty lobe from the liver, they placed the fat on the breasts, and he burned the fat on the altar. The breasts and the right thigh Aaron waved as a wave offering before the Lord, as Moses had commanded. Then Aaron lifted his hands toward the people, blessed them, and came down from offering the sin offering, the burnt offering, and the peace offerings. Moses and Aaron then entered the tent of meeting, and when they came out, they blessed the people. The glory of the Lord appeared to all the people. Fire came out from before the Lord and consumed the burnt offering and the fat on the altar. When all the people saw it, they shouted and fell on their faces.